Welcome to Around Town, featuring what's happening here in the greater Concord area. I'm your host, Dick Patten, along with my super director, Ian Marx, and it's a pleasure to welcome you as we are coming to the end of June and getting ready for the 4th of July. And that means that the half a year is gone. And, of course, we'll be watching or getting ready for Hallmark with their Christmas programming for 10 days. And I just assume put that off for a while, but anyway. But I am very happy and pleased to have as my guest today a very special lady. And actually, she is the stepmom to Ian. And I'm with Mrs. Joan. And Joan, again, Nelson, right?
Right.
Good. And she has her seeing eye dog with her. And her name is
Susie.
Susie.
Yeah.
And Susie is very excited to be here with Joan. And Joan, you have become very active, I understand, in the, was it the New Hampshire Federation of the Blind or the Association of the Blind?
Yeah, New Hampshire Association with the Blind.
Yes, and from what I understand, you're quite a remarkable lady with these things. you haven't let your I hate to say disability or whatever. You, I understand, have accomplished a lot of things.
Well, yeah. And first of all, just so there's not a confusion, Seeing Eye School,
Yeah.
that's in New Jersey, and that is a separate school.
Yeah.
Susie came from Pilot Dogs out of Columbus, Ohio, and those are all specialized schools for dog guides for the blind.
Yeah.
And that's what they do, and which they're all excellent schools.
Well, we'll forgive her because
Yeah.
from Columbus, Ohio. Because
She's a pilot dog.
Because see, I have on here the letter M because
Yeah.
I am a Michigan Wolverine.
All right.
And of course, Columbus is the home of the Buckeyes.
I
Oh God, I hate Buckeyes.
Oh,
but
I
anyway,
know,
but she is.
But
quite
I
a
got her
dog.
because I used to live in Pennsylvania, and she's my fourth
yes.
dog. And but yeah, I do a lot of with my blindness and everything else with many friends, really good friends.
Yeah.
That we all volunteer, for the blind in situations that we have.
Really.
But the big thing now for me, I mean, in the past, I still always will help New Hampshire Association for the Blind.
Sure.
But I work for New Hampshire State Library Talking Book Services.
Well, that's what I understood that Ian said that you did that. No, I didn't know they had such a thing there.
This is a wonderful thing. It's really the National Library Services for the blind and physically handicapped. We have many people that are signed up in our program. And actually, it's, in partnership with the federal government that puts on through the Library of Congress all the books that we offer. And it's for people that are visually impaired, blind, or physically handicapped.
Yeah.
They can't read a book like a normal person can read a book. Also for dyslexics, you know what I mean? That, don't have the pleasure of reading a book.
Now, this is at the Concord Public Library or the New Hampshire State Library?
This is New Hampshire State Library, Talking Book Services.
Wow.
And people can always sign up for that program.
Yeah.
You just need someone to sign off.
Sure,
That, yes,
sure.
you do have a problem. But it's a wonderful service. I mean, especially, like me, I was born with blindness and RP.
Really?
Yeah, it's called retinitis pigmentosa. But many people, as people are getting older and the elderly, are losing their sight because of macular degeneration.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And and things like that. And this gives them the opportunity to listen to books. And you got
Sure.
everything from theology to sciences to fun reading and family
Really?
stories and scary suspense stories, and so I mean you got everything, from education to having a whole lot of fun reading a
Oh,
good
sure,
book.
I bet.
And it's all digital,
Really?
and it's all made, the machines and everything. This is through National Library Services for the Blind. That is the federal government and is put under Library of Congress.
Wow, interesting.
So every state has one, and yeah, in the United States they do
Yeah.
that. But this is, and it falls with New Hampshire State Library Talking Books.
So, and you've been doing, how many years you've been doing this?
I've been doing easy girl, and she's not. This is not normally her. I've been doing this. I started in 2007. I was part time.
Yeah.
And then, now I'm full time there.
Wow. Interesting.
So I've been with them for quite a while. I mean, it was unfortunate they had all the layoffs, and a part time always has to go because of. But a situation happened, and they needed a full time. They said, "Joni, you want to come back?" I said, "I sure do."
Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate to be back there.
And you're in the talking books section.
Yeah, I'm a library technician.
Yeah. And how many? I know you said they have subjects there, but how many talking books do they have? Do they get new ones in every year? Do they get them every month? It's like every month or every 2 months we get in a supply.
The new catalogs go out.
Oh gosh.
And then we have Braille audio reading downloads where people that are patrons can download their books or use their iPhone and be able to take them with them, and download it for their machines. And you can use Androids now with the program, so there's a lot to do with it now.
Really?
Yeah, and it's always new books every 2 months. The new books start coming in, and we're at 83,000 or more books, and it keeps coming. Also, it produces magazines. You can get Discover, Economics, The Nation. I'm trying to think of some of these. I can't think of all. But, a lot of books under news.
Yeah.
To People magazine, to Good Housekeeping.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, Good Housekeeping, Look and Life magazine.
Right.
National Geographic.
National Geographic, that's one. Yes.
Yeah, that's an excellent one. And that's interesting. Now, what about say TV Guide or Soap Opera Digest? Some of those dummy things.
No,
I shouldn't say dummy things.
No.
Some of those different ones.
Yeah, it pretty much ours are the most popular magazines out there.
Yeah.
Us blind people, we just listen to TV for a short time. We don't see all the action packed. We do more documentaries or listen to the news or something.
Yeah. Wow. And how many people do you think come in, say, on a weekly basis or to take advantage? I've never heard of this. This is wonderful.
This is, it's basically done. They can always come in, but what I'm saying is basically done by the mail.
Oh, really?
So it's all free of charge. We send them a machine. It's a digital machine that they use. And then all of our books, like we have over, I'd just say an average of 350 a day that come in and go out to be mailed to them, and a little small cartridge is the book, and then it gets mailed to them. And then they just flip the card over, and it's totally free to send it back to us, and more books go out.
Oh, for goodness sake.
So it's all done by mail, and no expense to the patron.
So nobody comes in actually to listen to them?
Well, no. I mean, we do have some people that come in to pick up some books, or their older books or a particular book they want, then we can download the book onto a cartridge for them. You know what I mean? We have some of that too, but a lot of it's hard for people that has a physical handicap or visual impairment. It's hard to get around to come back and forth. So this is all done through the mail.
Now, it used to be, because years ago, way back years ago, because everything was in Braille. Do you still have those, like Braille books?
Yes, we do have print and Braille books, that can be used, but also Perkins School for the Blind, down in Massachusetts. They do a lot of Brailling, so we connect with them for people that need it up here. So they do a lot, but we do have some books in print and Braille on site, but we do, Perkins is very good at their Braille and all the things we do, so we always team up with them.
Interesting. We had, because I belong to an organization called The Grange, and back in the 60s, in mid-60s to early 70s, we had two gentlemen who lived on the Concord Heights. They were brothers, and they both were
No.
impaired with their vision, and they were very. I could never get over it. They were very successful. They both held an office. One was what they called the lecturer, and he had his big book full of Braille, and he would read. It was just amazing to see him read it all. I just couldn't figure how he did it. And then, of course, at the end of the meeting, they would go home, and of course they didn't have the dog, but they knew exactly where they were going.
Oh yeah.
Because they just lived basically across the street from the hall, but still, they were it was very, very impressive in how they have done things. And one of the brothers worked for the state of New Hampshire down in the cafeteria. And then, of course, but now one has deceased, and the other one, he is now in his mid to late 80s, but he is in Nashua. But they both were married, and their wives, but one had adopted a daughter, and she lives in Concord still. But it's amazing what they can do. People kind of like shut up, but hey, you've got talent. You've got a special gift. And it's wonderful, Joan, that you're sharing this gift with people. And now, Ian also mentioned you also are very active in some other things going on.
Oh, we do have the Dog Guide Users Group, and Carol Holmes is the president. And we have it right here in New Hampshire. And we're a volunteer organization, just nonprofit, you know. And we have probably about 50 people between puppy raisers and people that own dog guides, and it's a place that we have meetings like 4 times a year at the Red Blazer, and we have speakers at that meeting, but we're all dog people, you know, from puppy raisers to for the blind or physically handicapped, and it's our time to spend together, and all of us have different schools we go to and work together and help educate other people out there that want to learn more about dog guides and service dogs that work for the people that are disabled. And
curiosity in a way, I'm wondering now, I used to think that you had to have a certain dog for it to be a senile dog, but from I see here, the golden retriever. But for some reason, I used to think it had to be like a shepherd or something of that nature.
No, we call them dog guides. You know what I mean? It's because we don't want to get the school names mixed up. Okay. Because I'm very proud of seeing I. But there's a lot of other schools out there with different names like pilot dogs. But so we just say dog guide users.
Dog guide users, yes.
But no, the popular brands, I mean, when it originally started, it was a German Shepherd.
That's what I thought,
But they find the talents of golden retrievers, Labrador retrievers, you know, you have black, yellow, and brown. And then a lot of them are golden retrievers nowadays, but some schools go, and some of them mix the lab and goldens together, you know, to produce. But Pilot Dogs is a very unusual school and very good at what they do. But they also use standard poodles, which are very good dogs, especially for people that are allergic to dogs. And they're the big standard poodles, they're very intelligent dogs. But they've even used Dobermans, but they don't put all the fancy haircuts and everything. You know, they're just but no, these are all fabulous dogs. They have the German Shepherds, and I know I'm leaving out a name, but they use boxers too in some cases, and of course they use their Goldens and Labradors too.
Now, how long does it take to work with a dog so he's ready to help you become yours?
Usually, just is going to be standard, and every school is just a little bit different. So I got to speak kind of on Pilot Dog's behalf. But it's give and take sometimes. You know, but usually, roughly, it's about a year that they are puppy raised and have all the experience. Then they go to the school. Now, what they do is train these dogs for 5 months. All trainers have to be really good at what they do. To become a trainer, you have to do 2 years to become a trainer. You have to do 2 years of just working with the other, you know, with a trainer to become one. But they train them for 5 months, And then when they believe, then when, like me, I lost William a year ago and called me up and said, Joni, we got a dog for you.
Oh,
and
good, yeah.
I go down and work for 2 weeks, and that's all we do is eat,
Really?
sleep, dog. I mean, we work every single day, go through the city, go through every obstacle you can think of that we could get ourselves into, and we train together. Then it takes about 6 months to a year for after I come back, just to get that relationship that we become a team.
Yeah.
And the first time a person gets a dog, they have to live with that dog for 4 weeks. You eat, sleep, dog for 4 weeks. But when you're having another dog, but with her, it took me. We're just been 6 months together, basically.
Really?
Yeah, and we're becoming that team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she goes to work with me every day, leads me all through work.
Really?
If I want to walk downtown or and I do go to church, and I can walk to church. I can do things like that, and walk the streets, and her and I together.
Yeah.
And these are our guides instead of using a cane and everything.
Oh yes.
I love it because I never feel. We might get lost some days, but I never feel alone. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know. Yeah.
And these dogs keep you safe. I mean,
of course they do.
Yeah, they won't, like, there'll be garbage or cans or whatever, something on the sidewalk. I can't see it. She stops. I say forward. She figures it out, takes me around it, and we move on. You know what I mean? They're very intelligent.
Now, I understood too, I think it was from Ian or somebody mentioned that they generally like to discourage the public from patting them or
yes,
trying to feed them or whatever.
Right, because if it's a working dog, anybody that sees a working dog, okay, and it's no, please don't, because you interrupt us, and I'm gonna run into something, or we're gonna go out on the street when we weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
It's a distraction.
Of course.
And then it really hurts both of us.
Oh,
yeah. Right, and people don't understand that all the time.
No.
You always ask the person if they want to meet the dog or something like that. And then if we're just sitting here or something, then I can okay it if I see the right situation.
Yeah.
And the only time I break it is with young children.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I won't always break it with adults, but
if
I find it right, I break it with young children, So.
Well, it is, because obviously, like I said, especially if you're downtown or near a crosswalk or something, and goodness, and the dog knows exactly
to stop at that curb
and when to cross and not cross.
Well, right, we give the command, but they know to stop at that curb and wait for us to give them the command. I would say forward when I feel it's ready. I go by my hearing, and then I say forward, or I'm at a curb, I say left or right, to keep going down a sidewalk, or right because I want to cross the street that way. Us as the blind have to have good mobility too. And then when we feel it's safe, but the dog always stops at that curb, so you're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what they do. And then, but if I made a wrong decision and said forward, she wouldn't let me run into a car or let a car get us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they do use their intelligence. Sometimes they will disobey you to keep you safe. You know?
Oh, yeah, sure.
They do understand.
Well, that's good, though.
I'm a little embarrassed today. She's normally not like this.
Oh, she's fine.
She's just like a little excited today, aren't you? She says, I've been at work all day, and Oh,
yeah, and she's probably saying, hey, I'm on TV, but...
I know this is embarrassing. It's just...
Oh, she's fine.
Okay.
She's fine. I can tell, and it's good that you've got a dog that you can really depend on and know that she's going to be the right decision for you.
Oh, I know. She's my
Do they try to match you up beforehand?
Yes.
Do you get to try out a couple different ones or no?
No, but you go through, you before you can get into a school, you got to go through all the... They got to know you could do good mobility. You got to have references and everything, and
sure.
Before you even get in the school.
Yeah.
Then they kind of meet you to find out your personality and what kind of person you are, what kind of things you do in your life, and then they choose that dog. I remember when I lost my other dogs, I'd be so hurt and devastated, and I'd say, I want a shepherd.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And I'd say, oh, I want a shepherd. And they say, Joni, with your life and all the volunteer work and everything you do, and you work with children, no, you're not a shepherd girl.
There you go.
You're a golden girl.
You're a golden girl, that's right.
And so I've had all goldens.
How old is she?
She just turned 2. She
Just turned 2?
May 13th. She just turned 2.
Wow.
She's a youngster, aren't you, honey?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Now
Aren't
at
you?
nighttime, when you get ready to retire for the night, does she sleep right beside you
Oh, yeah.
on the floor in bed or by your bedside, or
Got
does
it.
she kind of?
Oh, she's when we go home, the harness goes off,
Yeah.
and when we're at home, she's a dog like any other dog.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's just the family dog, you
Yeah.
know. No, but she always, you know, I mean, she always checks out where I am, wants to be around me.
Oh
and all
yeah.
that.
Well.
But she's fallen in love with Steve, my husband.
Yeah.
So if I go to bed early or want to read a book, she goes down and hangs out with him for a little while.
Oh,
you know.
okay.
But it's regular home. That's
Yeah.
her home. She loves home.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now she could tell if per se there was danger, maybe of somebody in the house when you happen to go in. There might be an intruder there, or could she like smell something burning? Maybe
She's a very good dog. She's not one to just be a barker.
Yeah.
But, and it was funny, and very rarely does she do this. She's not a barker or anything, you know, which is very nice, you know.
Yeah.
And but the other day somebody came to the door and she kind of knew. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think she knew it was a stranger.
Yeah.
And knocking on the door, and I had to go to the door and figure it was. But it was funny. She did kind of a woof woof woo.
Oh boy.
and you know, but that was her way of saying, wait a minute,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is a little bit off, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But she very rarely does that. Do they indicate? Yes. If something, yeah, they do. You form a relationship,
Yeah.
and it's how they come up to you. It's kind of like a sixth sense. You know what? I
Oh,
can't
sure.
explain it. Oh yeah, if there's something wrong, like all dogs, they sense those things and they let you know.
How does she feel about thunderstorms, lightning?
Oh, very good.
She's good though, huh?
I know what it is. You want to go see Dick, don't you? Or you're going to get me into trouble, Susie.
Oh,
And-
she's fine, but.
But yeah, so.
Now, what else do you do, Joan? And I know you're very busy with the association, the library.
Yeah, the work I do
and
with the library.
What else do you do in your spare time? Do you go out speaking to other groups? Do you, try to promote this program, or?
I used to do more in the past, but now that I work full time,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, that's quite a bit.
It gets kind of hard.
Of course it does,
So
yeah.
now, in my spare time, I'd always be a volunteer if somebody wanted some help or something
Sure.
like that. I
Yeah.
always am, or help out in some
Yeah.
way. But you know, I in the past I always work with other people, and I mean, New Hampshire Association of the Blind has great programs there. There's a technology workshop, things like that. Other ways to help people with mobility and learning to live with blindness, for example.
Yep.
But there's also other organizations in New Hampshire for people with spinal cord injury or other things that you can always find ways to look up. You know what I mean?
What is the difference between the Federation of the Blind and the Association of the Blind? I always wondered about that.
New Hampshire Association of Blind is a New Hampshire nonprofit organization.
Okay. All right.
And they help in blind and visual impairment. They
Yeah.
are separate. National Federation for the Blind, every state has them. Just let that go. Has them, but that's more of a federal organization.
Oh, okay.
That's more on your federal side.
Okay.
Throughout, with the New Hampshire Federation for the Blind, and there's other organizations I can't remember what they're called.
Sure.
But New Hampshire Association of Blind is New Hampshire,
Okay.
and works for New Hampshire
Well, that's
people.
good to know, because I always wondered all these years what the difference was between them.
Right. No, New Hampshire Association of the Blind is there to help people live with blindness.
Yeah. Okay.
and how to be mobile, how to live in your house, how to cook, how to do your laundry.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. And so they do a lot to help people to learn how to live with it, which we all face. And you can. And they're very good at supporting, you know, that part of life.
Yeah.
For New Hampshire people.
Well, that's good. I mean, it shows that you have really done very, very well.
Well, thank you.
You know, because you haven't let your disability ruin your life. You like I said, you've got a special gift, and you have really shown other people that you can do it. Some people will just sit back and, I hate to say, feel sorry for themselves, but you know, it's true. But you know, you have really shown that it can be done.
Well, there's a lot, and that's what I mean. There's a lot of good people out there, and I'm not the only one. We got a team, you know. So I can't. I'd never want to take credit.
No, but still.
But I'm just one of the people that we try to help others.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
And not give up.
No,
that's what I mean. We don't give up.
That's right.
And that's just a part of life.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what else to say, but.
No, you're fine, but it's true, and it's so easy just to, you know, not bother or just feel sorry for yourself. But no, you have gone on out there and proved and showed that you have a lot to offer people, and that's good.
Yeah, thank you.
So, well, we're coming to a close of our program, and I'm so happy that Ian got me to have you come on, because this has been a real good experience and a great program. And she's a beautiful dog,
and she says, "I know Mom's nervous. That's why I'm kind of like, I gave myself away, didn't I?"
Well,
you weren't going to let me hide being nervous. She says, "I feel it."
Well, you shouldn't be. You've done very, very well, Joan. And so isn't Susie, right?
Oh yeah, I'll get in trouble with my trainers. Huh? I'll get in trouble with my trainers. Yes, I will. She says, "Well, Mom, I can feel your nerves. Come on."
What does she like to eat? What's her favorite food?
I feed her. I feed her science diet for sensitive stomachs.
Yeah.
Is what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the routine. But we gotta watch our weight.
Oh,
she loves to eat, so her treats are carrots.
Carrots?
She loves them.
Really?
And they're good for her. And so I made it. I had to give her a little less food, you know, so we can keep our shape.
Sure.
She was getting too heavy too fast.
Yeah.
And so now I give her a cup in the morning, cup at night of food.
Yeah.
But we have carrots for lunch.
Oh my God.
And a little snack before we go to bed.
Wow. That's something. That's not my treat. I mean, I'll eat carrots, but they're not one of my favorite.
Well, her and I we got to be good together, huh? Yeah, I can't make you. Got to keep that waist, Susie.
Well, that's good, Joan. Well, we thank you for coming on, and again, good luck to you, and just again, you're a very special lady, and your dog and Susie is too. So good luck in the future, and we hope to have you anytime. You're welcome to come back on the show and talk about what's up to date, bring us up to date what's happening, and it's very interesting. So.
But always remember, there's always New Hampshire Association for the Blind.
Yeah.
There's also talking books, library,
and
things
good.
like that people can use. So
sure.
There's, and that's just a few of the things. And also for people that are younger, there's services to help them with voc rehab and get jobs and everything.
That's good, because I mean, people want to feel like they're useful.
Yes.
And that's the worst thing, is sometimes people will just whatever. But well, that's our signal. So we appreciate you joining with us on Around Town. I'm your host, Dick Patten, and again, thanks to my director, Ian Marx. And we'll have a great day, great weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.